Hey guys, week 3 of music. This week we're going to take some of these smaller musical ideas that you've been developing and we are going to expand them into the larger framework of a pop song. In music class so far, the way that we have thought about arrangement has been in the context of what order do we bring instruments in throughout the course of the song. We've used this book, and these arrangements have looked something like this. This is a really great middle point for how we are now going to start developing arrangements in our music in Soundtrap. So, this week, my expectation is that you're going to be able to map out the framework of a song using the arrangement intro, verse, chorus, chorus, outro. Just to remind you, an arrangement is the way in which the different sections of a song are organized. So this week we have 4 different sections that we're going to be thinking about: intro, verse, chorus, and outro. And the way that we are going to organize those sections, again, will be intro, verse, chorus, outro. We've talked a lot about verse and chorus, and I'll remind you more about those as this lesson goes on, but I really want you to understand the intro and the outro as the rising and falling of energy at the beginning and at the end of a song. I want to remind you that every great song tells a story, and the arrangement choices that we'll be making today serve in telling that story. And of course, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to map out the framework of a song and have a very firm understanding of how those choices serve in telling of the song's story. So, I want to take a little bit of an aside here, and you can track the screen. It says our music goal for the entire year was that great musicians approach a piece of music with a firm understanding of what story they wish their music to tell and how different musical choices impact that story. And in this class, of course, we will become great musicians. Here's what I want to say to you right now. In my experience with each and every one of you, you have beautiful, powerful, and interesting stories to tell. And I want you to see this trimester in using Soundtrap to create your own music as an opportunity to tell those stories. The best music that I hear on the radio comes from a place that is true, comes from a place that is honest, and comes from a place that is unique. Each and every one of you are unique. And each and every one of you has a story that I want to hear reflected in the music you're making. Here's how we're going to make that happen. You should think of the energy or the course of a song as growing and then decreasing and growing and decreasing as the different elements of the story take place. Think of this in the context of the story of the 3 little pigs. It starts in a quiet little village where these 3 little pigs are building their homes. The energy of that moment is kind of small. But as they build their homes, and then eventually as the wolf shows up, the energy grows. And it all accumulates to the moment when the wolf is trying to blow down the brick house and is unable to. Of course, then they vanquish the wolf and they live happily ever after, and the energy of that story then finally decreases to them kind of living again in their quiet little village. The same is true for a song. There are rising and falling actions. There are repeated ideas and motives throughout the course of a song. In the 3 little pigs, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in is a repeated idea, and it kind of marks the beginning and ending of that rising and falling action. Every great song tells a story, and every story builds in energy and then eventually decreases in energy. Every great song will do the same. So here's where we are going to start. We're going to start with your week 2 assignment. And in this assignment, right now, we have very short loops. Just a reminder The music that we're making in this class and most of the music that you hear on the radio derives itself from the African diaspora. And that library of music builds itself around having what we call square number of measures and beats. And when you make music that is square, that usually means music happens in groups of 4. So what we're going to do is, the first thing that you need to do is expand each of your loops to match 8 measures long. So the way I'm going to do that, if you can just track here, is that I'm going to drag a box around the loops that are too short, and then I'm going to loop them so I have them both selected to be 8 measures long. That'll be from measure 1 to measure 9 in order to create exactly 8 measures. The next step that you're going to need to do is unclick and unselect and then reselect your backbeat and your bass line, and then move those over so that now we have 2 distinct sections. There's your first section that is represented by your basic 4-beat, and then your second section, which is represented by your backbeat and your bass line, and those 2 sections are 8 measures each. So when I say go, you're going to pause your video and you are going to go to your week 2 assignment. You're going to loop all 3 measures, making sure that they last 8 measures long. And then you're going to move the backbeat and the MIDI bass forward in time so that they start on measure 9, leaving the basic 4-beat, just the boom and the bap, between measures 1 and 8. Go. All right, now your screen should look just like this. Again, your basic 4-beat between measures 1 and 8, and then your backbeat and your bass line starting at measure 9 and lasting for 8 measures until measure 17. There's a pretty important skill that you're going to need to know in order to repeat different ideas throughout the course of a song. Again, the arrangement that we're working on is your intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus. And as each of those sections repeat, as a producer, all you need to do is copy and paste those ideas throughout the course of your tune. So here's a quick reminder. In order to copy and paste multiple loops, first you drag a box over the loops you want to select. Once they are selected, you're going to right-click and then select copy. You're going to move your playhead, which is the purple line that travels across the project, to the point where you would like to then paste those loops. And then you're going to right-click, paste. We're going to create an arrangement that looks like this, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. So again, here's how you copy and paste multiple loops. If I would like to copy and paste this basic 4-beat idea, I'm going to drag a box over that idea. I'm going to right-click, copy, move my playhead, right-click, paste. Then let's say I would like for another verse to copy and paste my backbeat and my bass line. Right-click, copy, make sure my playhead's in the right spot, and paste. I can do this again. I'm going to drag a box over the loops I want, right-click, copy, and paste. And I'm going to paste again in order to create that double chorus. So as I zoom out here, guys, you'll now see that I have a intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus. And then the last bit that I'm going to need is another outro. So I'm going to copy, right-click, make sure my playhead's in the right spot, and then hit paste. So guys, here's the arrangement so far. Intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus, outro. In just a moment, you're going to do this as well, creating this arrangement. I'm going to break this down, and I want you to be able to notice that there are measures indicated up at the top of each of your screen. And so these sections of your song should fall in the very specific measures. Your intro should be between measures 1 and 9. Your verse then should become between 9 and 17. Your first chorus will then arrive at measure 17, lasting through measure 25. Your second verse starting at measure 25, going to measure 33. And then your second chorus at measure 33 to 41, which will then repeat itself as a double chorus from measure 41 to 49, and then your outro from 49 to 57. In the greater context of a song, we're going to develop an arrangement that looks something like this, with the verse and the chorus being kind of the main two sections in song form. So when I say go, you're going to pause the video and make sure your project has these exact requirements met. Your backbeat and the MIDI bass on measures 25 through 33 and measures 49 through 57, with your basic 4 beats on measure 17 to 25, 33 to 41, and 41 to 49. Go. Okay. Your project should now look something like this. I'm going to remind you that this is starting with your week 2 assignment and then simply copying, pasting 8 measure sections in order to achieve our pop song arrangement. I want to put this into a greater context for you, and just so that you can see where we are going. If your project looks like mine right now, you have met all the expectations for your week 3 assignment. But again, for you to understand where we are going, it's going to look something more like this. Now, I'm just going to point out that these all happen in 8-bar sections. This is 8 bars, your intro. This first verse is an 8-bar section. This chorus is an 8-bar section. This verse is 8 bars, and then 2 8-bar choruses with an 8-bar outro at the very end. That's how pop music generally works, creating square numbers of measures, just like any other music that comes out of that African diaspora. Now, I'm going to play a little bit of this for you so you get a chance to hear what it sounds like. The intro, building in texture and energy, introducing some of these smaller musical ideas until finally these bigger, thicker sections can kind of come to light. And then at measure 9, our first verse. The first verse will last for 8 measures, and then the first chorus will arrive at measure 17. Here comes that chorus in 4 more beats. 3, 2, 1, chorus. Again, ladies and gents, this is what your project should look like at the end of week 3. But keep in mind, we are going to be building towards projects that are more comprehensive, and this will be what we kind of are aiming for towards the end of week 4. So, just a reminder, you are starting the process of telling a story. You are using arrangement in order to build and then finally decrease the energy of that story. And we are using the arrangement form, intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus, outro, in order to create that arc in energy. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday. I know that there's probably going to be a lot of questions, and I'm really looking forward to helping you guys figure out this arrangement process. Good luck, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.